A game has been played for a long time, and it's a very effective game at breaking people into two teams that have been taught to hate each other to the extent where people are unable to think through scenarios on a case-by-case basis without regressing back to what Team Red and Team Orange are saying to each other.
In person? You know who called out fake Satoshi in person?
I know you did. Yeah.
I did, and Vitalik did in person.
Craig Wright. Did I ever tell you guys the story of that? I find out I'm on a panel with Craig Wright like an hour before I go on the panel. So I did my speech, and when he spoke, I walked out of the room. I just really do not like that guy.
You're only a public figure because you cosplay as Satoshi, right?
Pow!
Bitcoin sucks. It's expensive. It has no features. You can't do shit with it.
Bitcoin can only process 7 transactions per second. It has a very slow settlement time, about 60 minutes for finality, give or take. And you can't issue your assets. You can't do complex transactions.
It's also destroying the environment. Most people in crypto don't give a fuck about the environment. But
Charles Hoskinson basically says that Bitcoin is very inefficient compared to Cardano in terms of transaction, energy consumption, 1.6 million times more energy efficient at the moment than Bitcoin.
So just remember, government is not your friend, never has been, never will be, and doesn't care about you, and is never accountable when they fuck your life up.
Canadian government seized funds from people that bought sandwiches for other people for a political protest. They literally shut down the bank accounts of people that bought lunch for other people. That's disgusting.
Our job as citizens is to bail the fucking government out of their damn incompetence over the fact that they've spent too much for too long. We went from year 2000 a $4 trillion debt to a debt in dozens of trillions.
Because they're trying to screw you. They're trying to take your rights away. Don't let them. Not only is it bad for you, it's bad for America. America will be a better place without bad laws.
And the only way we can do that is through entrepreneurship and embracing and building new industries. And if they go and start attacking the new industries, America's dead. It's over. Pack up shop. We'll be one of the poorest countries in the world, a collapsed empire in 20 years or 30 years.
So when you're being gatekept by centralized scumbags that profit on victimizing their users, which is every news site and every ranking site selling ads to people that hurt their users, when someone comes around to remove all the volume and get them to lock up their coins so they stop getting victimized and stop making exchanges rich and stop making market makers rich and stop getting rug pulled and exit scammed, when that comes along, it scares them because we're going to lower their profits. They're going to make less money the more people that are unhacked.
I'm not really allowed to have a page for Cardano. Ouroboros is not allowed to have a page. Proof of stake page on Wikipedia is not even allowed to mention Ouroboros.
Why is Hex not showing the correct market cap on CoinMarketCap? Because they manually gatekeep projects. They don't actually rank projects by their market caps. So the third page is full of coins that have high market caps that should be on the first page, but are not. But there are a lot of coins that do actually belong on the first page, and Hex is one of them. So CoinMarketCap's owned by Binance. Binance is an exchange. Binance makes millions of dollars on projects by charging them millions of dollars, or has in the past. And yeah, it's corrupt.
And collectively, these massive platforms have control over what you see, what you think, your expressions or lack thereof, who is credible, who is not credible, who is famous, who is not famous, who is legitimate, who is not legitimate.
We live in a censored world on censored platforms, and if you don't censor yourself, you're in trouble. It is unfortunate, but it is where we're at currently.
Charles Hoskinson, the Chief Executive Officer of Input Output Global, and I'm joined here today by
founder Ben Gertzel. Am I pronouncing that right?
That's right. Welcome.
Hey.
What's going on?
Pleasure to be here.
Charles Hoskinson!
Given $27 million to charity. Richard Hart. How you doing today, Richard?
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hoskinson, you may proceed.
Hi, everybody. And you've been requested by many people on the show, Hexicans all around the world, so welcome, brother.
Charles, so wonderful to have you here today for this interview.
We've got, basically the cultural icon himself, Richard Hart.
Great guest, very smart guy, crypto wizard. This is a really interesting person, Richard Hart.
The other thing is I've been trying very heavily to improve empathy and my ability to relate, communicate with people, because I think there's a huge deficit for that in the world. So I try to find ways to just put myself in other people's shoes and, try to relate to them, in some cases work with them.
What about Charles Hoskinson? I saw I did a long interview with him.
Any desire to talk to Richard Hart? I think he's talked about us once or twice. I don't think he said kind things. But yeah, if he invites me, I'll come on his show.
I don't have a problem with Charles Hoskinson.
He's so smart, bro. He is so smart. He's like next level.
Okay. You know what?
Well,
you want to sell me on that shit? Set up an interview with us, and we'll see how smart he is.